I think they've had a decent start in terms of the league performances. I think obviously losing to Rekia in the Europa League qualification rounds was a big disappointment. More so the performance away from home. I would have said so, but I think there was obviously certain factors that contributed to that in terms of. I think the sending off was a major moment in the game, but I still even think after that Hibs didn't necessarily manage the game well from their point of view, from going a man down. So in terms of Europe, would have been disappointing, but in terms of their league form, they've had a decent start, and they've got obviously Christian Doige was a blow in terms of his injury, being out for a number of months. But they've certainly got I think a squad that is able to adapt as a result of that injury.
Let's talk about Martin Boyle. He signed a new deal with the club. You signed him in 2015. How important, how significant is this news?
In terms of his importance, huge. I think Martin Boyle, is the most influential player, within that group. Obviously there are others that have an impact on the team, but in terms of what we were speaking to before, in terms of Callum McGregor with Celtic, I think Martin Boyle is pivotal to how Hibs play, and in terms of their direction of football. His pace is a real threat. It's his biggest asset, but I think he's become more assured in terms of his finishing and all, and I think that was a big thing because he was so quick. Martin used to get in some great positions but didn't capitalise on them, whereas now, he looks more of a rounded product now, as a result of just a calmness now when he's getting them chances.
How big a signing was he for you back then, Alan?
He was big, but didn't necessarily start every game at that then. I think with Martin back then was more about him believing in himself, because we knew that from a pace point of view, it was a fantastic asset to have, but it wasn't necessarily sometimes getting utilised in the right channels. And I think he's just grew and grew and grew as the years have gone by. Whereas now, I would probably say that he's probably playing the best football that he's played in his career up to date.
Can Hibs get silverware this season, Alan?
I think they can. I think they've got a squad of players that can upset a Celtic or a Rangers if they do come across them anywhere in the competitions. On their day, they can cause one of them two problems, as well as the rest. I think with Hibs now, they've become a team that quite a lot of teams don't look forward to playing, whereas in the past they would have liked to have played the Hibs team. I think they've put to bed quite a lot of the myths of the past about the team being bottlers and all these things that were said about them. I think they are a very different team, and even just before we won the Scottish Cup, that mindset was starting to change, not just on the pitch but off the pitch and all. And I think the fans have a team now that they can believe in.